Hi guys, welcome to the Fingertips Hub. I'm your host Sugaina. So today we have one of the music producers. Without further ado, I'd like him to introduce himself.
Yo, and the chilling with Odds right here, man, aka Mr. CEO, aka Mr. Producer, bad boy, you know how we do.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm well.
Oh, that's perfect.
Thank you so much for coming to our show.
I'm glad.
So we'd like you to tell us your journey from scratch.
From scratch, okay. As a producer, I'd like to say like my journey with beats and all started back from, is it primary school? Like that time you're transitioning from primary school to high school.
Okay.
So I think that's where like I started producing music actively. But it was just like, it's on my father's laptop and stuff, because I like my bigger bro is a producer. So I was just like, just seeing what he does, and I'm like, these guys are making music from the bedroom, and I was like, I want to do that shit too. So installed the fell up on my father's laptop and shit. I think that's when I actually started producing all through high school, but it was then it was for fun up to high school now. But so like my other bro is like one class ahead of me. So like when he finished it ahead of me in 2019 or no, he finished in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, and that time I was still in Form 3 and shit. So when I'm in Form 4, he's outside and he started making beats and started like doing this business side of things. Because initially I was in it for the business, for the fun, not the business.
Okay.
So like he was calling me like, Oz, you need to finish school and come to Nairobi. We make money of this beat. Like he was sending me like pictures of him with some bundles of cash, and I was like, you can make money from this shit.
Yeah.
So at that point I was like, now let me like start to look at it from the business. So immediately completed my Form 4, came to Nairobi. We started like, telling him, putting me on game shit, telling me, it's done like this, it's done like this. Yeah, so I actually took my time to study the business side of that music and the craft too. I can't say that I was good initially, but I was starting out mdogo. So tutorials pale YouTube, unaingia search and all. Yeah, so I think that's like how I actually taught myself how to make beats from YouTube. Yeah, ndio sasa like akakama kanichapia venye nitadu now the business side and things. So nikaanza. So what he's doing is what I'm actually doing on my end. Okay. Because he's like the 1 year that he was outside, he made money, and the 4 years I was making beats even before Nini, I didn't make any cent and I was intrigued. So yeah, just following his steps, posting on YouTube there. Kidogo, I started seeing the results. I didn't remember like the first time I actually sold a beat. I think that was like one of the biggest motivation. And then when 2020 started, I actually joined campus in Tuk. Yeah, like towards the end of 2019 into 2020. That was pre-COVID.
Okay.
But I started making little money there. So I was like, I'm contemplating, should I go on school? Or should I do the music side? So you know how things are. Yeah. People from home calling me like, don't quit, just because I'm asking everyone, should I quit or mating? But deep down I knew that music was my shit. Yeah, so there I'm in campus, I'm stacking up. That is like pre-corona. But when 2020 started, like I just went on my IG and posted on my highlights like, I'm starting from zero. This is my life now. I'm starting everything from scratch now. That time I had no sale, no anything.
Okay, wait a minute before we continue. So what did you decide? You decided to study or you decided to do music?
I decided to do music while I'm actually studying. I didn't quit.
Okay.
But mentally, as in physically I was in school, mentally I'm a producer.
Okay.
Because I was doing industrial chemistry at TUK. So that's like the level that I was on. I'm just showing up. I was just there to sign my attendance, be there. But I started preparing myself to be a full-time music producer.
Okay.
Yeah, so then I think now when I'd already decided that, but I didn't know how to exit from school. So we're doing our finals there in January 2020 when I was actually getting serious with beats now, because I started seeing small sales here and there, results here. So just before COVID, we were doing our final exams. We were actually doing our final exams when like COVID started. So I was like, do I really want this? I even like missed a few exams of my final. and I think I was discontinued. Was I discontinued? I don't know. But as soon as COVID came in March, March 2020, yeah, I think, yeah. So I think at that point is when I said like, yo, I'm not going back.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. Shit. Yeah. And I think like at that point is when like, because I've shifted 100% of my attention
To music.
into the music now, and now I'm making beats full time and shit. So I think that's when I started seeing actual like big money results and shit. Because just they're posting, yo, wake up and just making money, but so like, you know, the first time you're making it, you don't realize. I'm like, is it even real? Yeah, so yeah, clicking notifications over there. I'm experimenting with different types of beats, Mdogo Apple. I think that was the beginning of the journey, yeah. Made a couple bands and I stacked up. But then I think I moved out now the beginning of 2021 because I felt like I made much money, and now I wanna like, okay, let me do this adulting stuff. I thought it was easy, but I think now the fact that I had money, it was easy. But I think like, yeah, if I was broke, no, don't move out if you're broke. I think money plays a huge role. If you're good at home, there's no need. Yeah, so yeah, I moved out, started like, now I have my own place now, beginning of 2021. Now as a full-time music producer, I'm not going anywhere. I'm waking up, making beats, doing my shit, relaxing and shit. Yeah, so there I'm chilling, strategizing and all. That's the thing, like there when the idea for Drill that just came. Now that's like to mid 2021. Yeah, and we're chilling, we're discussing with my partners, Bill Cash and Sean Tobin, how we gonna execute this. Because like there, like I was now, yo, Odds, you have the funds now, and you can do this. Because I feel like most of the people have ideas. I know you also have ideas, but I feel like when it comes to executing is where it's hard.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, so I think when we linked up, all of us sat down, decided to start Drill Digest and all. And yeah, that's mid 2021. No move has already been made, anything. We just like have the strategy. But you see, we know we're working on the perfect way to execute it. No, we're looking for a logo, the name. The name wasn't even there. So we're looking for the logo,
And that's a lot
the
of
name. Yeah, but it's just like, okay, it's our first time doing this, not that we have experience and all here. So we sat down there, strategized and executed it. So I feel like I started now doing more. Now my time shifted from being a producer to being a CEO now for the company Drill Digest. Now that's like what I run actually now. And I can say that it's been a good ride for that. But nowadays I'm actually making less beats.
Okay.
Yeah, working. So, and Drill Digest ran it 2022 all through. I think now 2022 was me, but actually, aside from being a producer, running the company with my two partners, and all, made a few more ciphers here and there. I think also one went viral. Don't think you saw it?
I'm not sure. That's why I wanted to ask you, like, where did your fan base come from?
From Drill Digest. I think now because Sean handles the marketing side of things.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're like doing some few advertisements here and there.
Oh, okay. So you're doing actually paid adverts or something like that. Google ads and stuff, right?
Yeah, Instagram ads. And
Okay.
so that's like what Sean was doing with the brand. Actually, we were starting out. But I think like we did an interview with Scam.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that interview is what made people like on the know of our brand.
Okay.
Because the interview gained traction naturally with the no even ads on YouTube. So
That's
yeah, I think that's what put us there on the map, and actually capitalizing on that on Instagram as like Sean Udini doing that. That's what solidified our brand into what it is now. Because at the beginning we were doing advertisement, but now we reach a point that fans will just come in.
okay.
No ads, no anything, just snowballing. The content is just post, they engage with it.
And trusting what you do.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah. And then I wanted to ask you, maybe you worked with different people coming to like internationally, locally. You can at least tell us some people you've actually worked with.
Yeah, like actually locally I've worked with less artists compared to international.
Okay.
Like many of my clients are from the United States of America and let's say like UK, Nigeria stuff. So because I consider myself an internet producer, so most of the people I've worked with are outside the country. So like big artists I've worked with, maybe US, you can say someone like Cash Page. Cash Page is a big R&B artist over there. UK Clavish. Clavish is a big UK drill artist in the UK. Portugal, there's this guy called T-Rex. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's like a big deal in Portugal. We have a song with him. And Nigeria, you know the P-Square song, like this guy sang with P-Square like way back. It's called Do Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the girl, she's called Wajena. We recently did an Amapiano jam with her.
Okay.
That's on her album. Yeah. And a couple freestyles, but I don't count freestyles because they're not official songs. So
Okay.
yeah, if there is even more songs that I've done with bigger artists, but I can't speak on them before they come out. Yeah, because they'll be like, yeah, this guy is just lying. So I just wait until the song drops. That's when I can enter. But actually, the bigger songs coming if you watch out.
Okay. For sure we will. Okay, tell us more on what else you are doing apart from music, or everything just revolves around music.
And apart from music, it's great. Yeah, just like
Any other business? Want to get to know it.
or me personally.
Yeah, and what? Yes.
Oh yeah. So apart from doing Digest, you run Pressure Season Pictures, and you run Pressure Collective. Yeah, my slogan is like you apply pressure. So
Okay.
like inside me, and it's pressure. So yeah, I run Pressure Season with my guy Bill Cash, and Pressure Collective with my guy Bill Cash and Sean Odini too. So Pressure Collective is like a talent management agency that we have. So under Pressure Collective, which is Bill Cash runs, they're like the CEO there. He like manages talents for creatives, not just artists but creatives and all. So we have like models, influencers, artists, videographers, producers.
Okay.
Yeah. So he handles he puts them on the right track. Yeah. In Pressure Collective. Now in Pressure Season Pictures, because Bill Cash is now a videographer, he handles that.
Okay.
And with the Sean Houdini there, because now they do marketing and stuff for artists, they grow their brands, artist development. Yeah, I think now it's like a PR basically. Yeah, that's what Pressure Collective does, and Pressure Season Pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what our other side.
Okay, that's good. Okay, as it is said, nothing comes easy. So, like, you would share some of the hurdles. You see, nowadays when someone is like successful, people think they were there. They never worked hard for it. You see, you can share some of your hurdles you went through while being a music producer. Like maybe this thing is not working out. You gave up at some point. Yeah, like some of the journey, like possibly hurdles you went through.
I felt like for me, music was actually I feel like music was my only thing. So I knew I had to give it 100%. Yeah, because I didn't have an option. Because you see, I was not seeing myself. I don't see myself working a 9 to 5. I feel like a 9 to 5 is more like slavery. I see myself interacting with people daily, creating. I think I'm a creator more like a worker. So I knew that, first of all, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. No matter what I'm doing, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I don't want to getting every day in traffic. Every day for a month, you spend half of your time at work. Yeah. And it's not really you're not getting substantial amount of money. Now with the unemployment issue here too. Yeah, so I decided let me just try to give it my all. Challenges I experienced as in producing. I just want to say starting out is the biggest challenge. Because you're there posting beats and there's no results. You post a beat, you get 20 views.
Yeah.
And that's a day has passed. Now you have to post tomorrow too. So it's there's zero motivation. You can't.
But you have to be consistent.
Yeah. I think that's it forced me to be consistent, because after some time is when you start seeing the result. So I feel when you're trying to be consistent with no results, it really gets hard. I was just I'm just praying for a sign to come to me, because at that point you're am I even doing anything? Yeah, because you don't see anything. You're supposed to be every day back to back. No, because at that time it found I was still in school, and in Tuk now we don't have hostel and stuff. So it's I'm commuting daily. I wake up, go to school, after school I post a beat, then do the same thing. So it's a whole ass routine. I'm just busy, I'm up and down. I don't even have time to process anything. I felt I was just moving like a robot now, because everything is automated. So I'm just doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. Then until now, I started saying that's now when I made my first beat sale. I was like, yo, okay. I think that was the only sign I needed. I just needed the first sign. And when I got it, I felt like, boss, this thing can work. That's all I needed. And as soon as I started working, I was like, okay, now the consistency was easier because now our actual growth was coming through. Then like the other hurdle is like people perception of it. Sometimes people say like you don't care what, but at the end of the day, I feel like do you care what people think of you personally?
Okay, personally, I don't.
Yeah, people might say that, but to some extent, you might care. So I was like, they just consider me like this guy is just making music because before I started making money, my music passion was looking like a joke to siblings, my friends. I was like, I even serious with life. You wanna make music? Nobody makes music for a living over here. Yeah, do you know like people who do music full time? No side hustle, no any.
Yeah.
You know a few?
A few, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I didn't know anyone who does music full time because everyone was consulting us like, yo, you can just be in school and then do this. And then me, I don't want to be in school. Me, I want to make music. So everyone was like, yo, but you just need to be safe and be what? I was not taking any of it. So that at that time now, people's opinion too is like a big hurdle because they don't take you serious, especially when you're broke. So there's like, you're just alone in this. So you're doing that, dealing with people, then the consistency issue. Then now you're back to new self-doubt. Because even today, I'm always asking myself, what if it don't work out? What if I don't sell a beat anymore? Because I feel like this constant mind, like your mind is on a turmoil. I don't think it ends. Yeah, because I'm still asking myself up to today, was it worth it? The decision I made to quit school and focus on music, is it worth it? I'm still asking myself, is it worth it? With all that I've achieved up to now, I'm still asking myself, is it worth it? So I feel like the mental strain that you get from actually doing this as a freelancer. Many freelancers will tell you that we're just contemplating. Like most of the time, you're contemplating, is this even my calling at the end of the day? Because I feel like at some point you might feel like you made a wrong decision, and maybe they'll be like, okay, what these people write, telling me to go by what they write, that's like one of the biggest hurdle that I face. So then that's why like I really go hard to prove them that. Yeah.
That's interesting. But I think most of the people go through that. They never get support from their people. Then when they begin to become successful is when they start trusting on whatever you're doing.
It's actually funny because like, why did you just believe in the dream from the get-go?
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay, so if any artist wants to work with you, how do they get to contact you?
It depends, like if you're in a label actually, because I've told you I work with artists from outside Kenya more than artists within Kenya. So
for everyone actually, internationally and locally.
Yeah, I think they just email me or they DM me on IG. But IG, I think I stopped responding at some point because people are like, yo, how much for a session? Because they wanted you to record, you mix, master, you make the beat. And I'm only just a producer, like that's my main thing. These additional things are like on the side. So an artist will hit you up, they wanna do that, you talk. Then sometimes they don't even they ghost you after that. You don't even need to discuss the payment at all. They just wanna know, okay, what are your rates, and they stop there, and they feel like that takes away from the art side of things. Because even if you're focused on the money, it feels like this guy is just wasting my time, because it also demotivates me. So I feel like if you're not reach me, I think email, or if you're serious, just DM. I think I'll see the DM.
On Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram at odzzmusic and stuff. Okay. Yeah, or email me info@odzzmusic.com. We can work from there, I think.
Okay, that's fine. And then before we close up this video, what advice would you give people who possibly want to be music producers and they're not getting support? Like that advice, since you went through that. So I'd like you to advise.
Right. I can't say advice, but I feel like because mostly the artists that, I feel like I went through that so that the other producer doesn't have to go through that. I think that's why I guide producers. My guy Bill Cash there on Pressure Collective, he has a platform for producers to guide them. You don't have to go through this as long as you can make a beat. Because I feel like most of the Kenyan producers, they're talented. I've not met a work Kenyan producer. All of them are hard. The beats are crazy. But the side that they fail in is the work ethic. Because at the end of the day, it's a work ethic that will put you over there. I know, I definitely know that without consistency, you can't go anywhere.
It's true.
Yeah, because the producer will be making beats. They're just sitting on their laptop over there. And those beats can make him millions of shillings. So I'm like, yo, you just need to focus on your work ethic more than anything. Because I was actually telling my friends, Sean, Nudini and Bilkash, nowadays when working with an artist that maybe I want to develop or what, I don't look at the talent anymore. I look at the work ethic more than talent. It's work ethic, then talent. Talent comes second. Because everybody's talented nowadays. You can go outside hata unaenda tao, kila mzee ni mkali. Watu wakali wako everywhere. So nafikiria hiyo work ethic tu ndo itakufanya u stand out from you and you. Juu hata kama unaweza kuwa na talent and you have nothing to show for it. You see, that's what I consider most, because personally I can't handle a lazy person.
It's true.
In my circle, I can't even interact with you. If you're lazy, we can't even vibe, because that's why I even came to this interview, because I see KC's at working, you're at working, I see interviewing people. Nikam nachituma pia, because I know that you sacrificed a few things to get here.
It's true.
Yeah. So I feel work ethic is number one for me. And that's the advice I'd like just to give the producers.
How do you run the business?
Or the beat business?
Yeah.
Oh, so just simple. I don't think it's that complex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so there's a website called BeatStars. So after you make the beat, you post it over there.
Mm-hmm.
So you might get clients there, but what I usually do, I also post the same beat on YouTube, and I put the link for the beat, so that people can purchase the license of the beat on my website now through BeatStars. BeatStars is a platform for music producers. They also do distribution, publishing, everything. So after I post the beat on my channel and the link over there, now the link takes them to my personal website that was created by BeatStars actually. Yeah, so after that is when because what you're selling, you're not selling the beat, you're selling the beat license. Yeah, so there are various licenses, so that's why you can get a beat going for $50, $30, $20, another for $100, even $500, you see. So what you're selling is actually the license. So you put the link for the license purchase, because you can't post, an artist can't release a song without the license. So that's what we're actually selling. Because if an artist wanted to steal the beat, they can steal it. I think you've had cases of artists stealing film, yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, so what you're actually selling is the license, not the beat. So yeah, I sell that that on my website. I post YouTube, put the link, I take them to my website where they buy the license and check out. It's an e-commerce website. Simple.
Okay. And then
there's internal traffic from BeatStars, but I can't say that it's that much for my end. But the people also get traffic from BeatStars itself without even posting on YouTube. But I feel YouTube is my main source of revenue.
Now, okay. And then I wanted to ask you, your profit margin, where does it come from? Streaming, YouTube, or your website?
I feel it's just my website still. YouTube pays me directly, but I can't say it's that much. Okay, it's a substantial amount. Maybe we can cover rent or something. But the bigger part comes from the actual beats from my website now. So it's just I can't say it's a constant, but sometimes you can get $3,000, sometimes $1,000. So in between, it just fluctuates over there. $1,000, I can say now for $1,000 by minimum, 3,000. Because there's amounts I've made $3,000 from just selling beats, licenses, all through. So I feel it's just I can't say it's constant. It fluctuates. The creative side of things. They ups, weird, but it's just around there.
Yeah.
But
what is the future of Drill Digest?
The future is bright. The future of Drill Digest is bright. That's all I can say. But we're working on events. Or few marketing guys, but I feel Sean was interviewing here would have said that, but we're actually working on events, workshops, and distribution too. We're gonna do some distribution for artists so that they can get their music on Spotify. So we put their music to Spotify, Apple Music, etc. Then we also collect their royalties. So we're currently working on distribution, events, and workshops. That's what actually Drill Digest is working on. And also because we want to focus more on the upcoming artists too, so we have I can't say a show within Drill Digest for the upcoming artists, because I feel there's more talent, there's raw talent outside here. maybe that doesn't get to see the light of the day. So I feel like that's where we come in as drill digest. So the future, I can say, is bright, and I just want you guys to wait and see. Yeah.
Okay, so we understand there's a lot of pressure coming from the music industry and stuff. Do you have someone who manages you when you're overwhelmed?
Yeah, currently I'm managed by Pressure Connective, run by my guy Adi Golder. Yeah, so I think that's like what keeps me saying it's being checked, because when you started like the different companies started doing our side stuff from the business, things got too much.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it. So I felt like I should be under management so that I can separate things and be in order, because without order I was not doing anything. Yeah. And even if you notice, like even if my fans notice, the artist, like my space for proposing this has slowed down a bit because I'm doing more stuff outside the case again.
And then there's this story you said that you work, mostly you have clients who are international. Why not local?
Why not local artists?
Why don't you get like, just as the question is, like you said, normally you work more with international.
I feel like that's my clientele, I think, because the sound I make, because I make more of R&B, dancehall stuff. I don't think that's consumed here majorly compared to outside. So yeah, I don't. First of all, I think it's the sound that I create, and second, I think it goes back to the bag. I feel like our industry, there's not so much money circulating. I think the money is there, but it's not circulating. So it's like artists don't want to invest in their craft. Artists don't even pay producers of it. Like you can tell you a hit song, a song that is a hit like nationally, and when you go to ask the producer tells you, yo, I didn't get paid, bro. So I was like, yo, I don't think this is for me actually, because I feel like the producer makes 50% of the record, and again, him not getting a cent from it. Because I was talking to a producer, I think, is it last year? I think one of the biggest songs last year that he produced, he was telling me like, bro, he didn't make a cent, and they actually they fell out with the artist because he was asking for his royalties. Like you make 50% of the song and you don't even make a cent, and you fall out because you ask for your own money. It's not that even like the. So I was like, actually, for the long time, I'm not in for this game because I'm trying to build an empire too. Yeah, and I feel like outside clients are more paying.
Yeah, that's good.
But still, I also don't blame the artist to some extent. I feel like even though they don't pay, and they also don't credit. My issue, the bigger issue is they don't credit more than even paying, because they would pay you, okay, you know, but they won't credit. Crediting is free actually. To go to Spotify, the artist is not credited, the producer is not credited. So like, how will you even get future clients that might have the potential to pay? So I feel like artists mistreating producers, and the artist actually not paying and honor in the producer. I think that's why I mostly focus on outsiders, because I think they value producers more. Like they treat us as humans. I think that's why I mostly work outside the other side.
What do you think is the future of Kenyan music industry?
The future of the Kenyan music industry, I feel like the future is bright, considering I'm actually participating in it. I'm actually working with a few artists on their projects and stuff. So the future, I can say it's bright, but we need a direction. Because Kenya, I feel like Kenya is all over. Kenyans are listening to everything. Today you're listening to amapiano, tomorrow you're listening to dancehall, you go to reggae, others are going to Afrobeat, some are listening to bongo here. So I feel like Kenya is all over the place. We need a direction, and I feel like we need a sound for us to even consider the future now. But I feel like that's also a positive thing, because everyone is free to explore their own sound. I can wake up today and make Indian music, or my guy there is making amapiano from South Africa. These are the guys doing Afrobeats. These are the guys rapping like USA artists, and they're actually gaining traction. So I feel like, to some extent, it's a positive thing, because everyone is free to explore. Because in countries, let's say like Nigeria, it's very hard for hip hop to thrive. And now in Kenya, the way we have the amapiano wave, and we have also the drill wave at the same time. You know how hard that is, like to have two sounds competing at the crib. Yeah, so, and none of them is from here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like the future is bright if we maintain our individuality. Yeah, but I feel like we need more original stuff from our Kenyans.
Okay.
Yeah, and the business side of things. Royalties, I think artists need to get paid.
real huge money, because the money is there. Because I was talking to my guy the other day, and there was like the promoters, they're booking foreign artists with their rates, but then in the same show the Kenyan artist is not even is paid different, because a foreign act in one show, let's say like I'm having my show, I'll take a foreign act, let's say someone like just Ruga, maybe Ruga is being paid 5M, and in the same show our guy here, let's say someone like Arrow Boy, they're being paid 100K. So even you compare the money, but I feel like this, our current guys, they can pull such numbers without the foreign act. So I feel like it's the promoters should give the money to the artist, because I feel like if they have the money flow, the industry will start to grow, because the money is not flowing. The promoter is only giving money to the foreigner. He's going to develop his side. He won't develop because the artist needs money. He needs money to shoot. He needs money to pay for the beats. He needs money to pay for his publicist, his stylist. Like, music is like, just like the artist is spending constantly, and he needs that cash flow, because when you look at where the money is entering compared to where he's spending, there's no like solid, because an artist might spend like 100K on a music video, and it might go ahead and flop, and the promoter won't book him for a show. So it's like the career is always on a brink. In Kenya, I was saying like, even if you have a hit song, you need like to have 3 hit songs so that Kenyans like accept you now, because you can have 1 hit song, then you fall off. People dance to your song, everything, but they want another one, then another one. So I feel like Kenyan artists are held to a higher standard compared to other artists, because a Nigerian artist will have like 1 hit song. It's not I'm hating on them, but they have 1 hit song. Like, it just blew up today. Next week he's being booked. He's in Kenya. He's doing a show, getting paid big money. And I'm like, yo, why isn't it the same for Kenyan acts? Why are you doing this only for foreign acts? So I feel like our artists, when they raise their rates and they actually get paid, they don't just raise and ghost. When they get paid from their crafts, the industry will grow. That's what I'm sure about. So to conclude on the advice stuff, just be consistent, and the work ethic, capitalize on it.
Okay.
Have a good work ethic, and you'll be far. You'll go far. If you have a good work ethic, you'll go far.
Thanks on that advice. So before we conclude this video, where can people find you?
You can just find me everywhere. odzzmusic, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud. odzzmusic everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're active everywhere?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much for availing yourself to our show. We really appreciate, and we pray to God that you reach to greater heights.
Yeah, I'm glad. I want to come back to this show after I've achieved more, actually.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.